Hey sixth graders, we are on lesson 1.3. Today we are going to be using a simulation tool in order to better understand what's happening with the plates, the plate tectonics, and all of that. So before we get started, let's just do a quick little review of what we learned in the previous lesson. So we know that the Earth's outer layer is known as the crust, and it's the part of the Earth that we actually walk on. So the outer layer is the part where we have our houses, and that's where we walk. And the Earth's crust is made up of solid materials, which includes landforms like hills and mountains and valleys. And the Earth's surface is where we live. And the Earth's crust is the thickest where we have mountains, and it's the thinnest where we have oceans. So the crust doesn't stay the same throughout the outer layer, but we do know that it's the thickest at mountains and the thinnest at oceans. And we're going to look into that and dig a little deeper here in the next few lessons. And then the Earth's solid surface is where we have most of our ecosystems. So today you're going to be just looking through a three-dimensional computer model of the surface of Earth and Earth's outer layer, and it's going to help represent what scientists know and have learned about the outer layer of Earth.
Outer layer is made up of hard, solid rock. Below the soil and water we see on the surface, the Earth's outer layer is made up of hard, solid rock. This computer model removes the water from the ocean basins so we can get a better look at the hard, solid rock of Earth's outer layer. The model is changing to exaggerate the height of the landforms on Earth's outer layer so we can better see them. This cross-section of the Earth's outer layer helps us see the different landforms on the Earth's rocky surface. It wasn't until scientists mapped the ocean floor in the 1950s that they had evidence that there were landforms there.
Alright, so we saw a cross-section in this video, and we saw where there was landforms in the ocean and how they used this three-dimensional model of mapping in order to better understand and see those landforms. So at this time, if you have any questions or ideas about the video, go ahead and write them in the box. If you don't have any questions, you can just say, I'm not sure right now, and then submit that answer to me. So today we're going to use the plate motion simulation to learn more about Earth's outer layers and how it helps us test ideas and make changes in a model, right? The model changes that we cannot be making in real life. So it's going to help us speed things up and kind of look at what things would change and the reactions that would happen and the interactions would happen if we change different pieces of our model. So let's take a look at the model here.
This is the plate motion sim. You'll use it throughout the unit to learn more about Earth's outer layer. In Globe View, there are 4 different regions to choose from. You'll focus on Region 1 and Region 2 for most of the sim activities. This is a simplified model of an Earth-like planet. The plates and continents shown do not match those on Earth exactly. This is the surface toggle. Use it to show or hide the ocean water and vegetation. Turning on this setting does not replace rock with water and vegetation, but instead shows how the water and vegetation covers the rock. Let's select Region 2 to explore the sim. Once you've selected a region, you can see a map view and a cross-section view of that region. Under continents, there are 2 features. The pencil tool allows you to add rock to form continents on the plates shown in the map view. The eraser tool allows you to remove rock. When the surface toggle is on, the ocean is blue and the continents are green in the map view. In the cross-section view, vegetation is not shown. The layer of vegetation on Earth's surface is very thin relative to the thickness of the plates. It would not be visible at this scale. When the surface toggle is off, continents, which are thicker regions of the plates, are shown in light gray. The rock below the ocean is shown in dark gray. Use the plate height key at the top as a reference for these color variations. You'll use Set Boundary to choose a plate boundary type, divergent or convergent. Once you set a boundary type, you can press Run and observe what happens over millions of years. If you need to pause or restart the run, use the Pause or Reset buttons. If you make a mistake or want to start over, press Build and then Rebuild. In order to select a different region or view the whole planet, go back to Globe View.
Alright, so that is what we are going to use here as we move into our simulation. And let's just wrap this up quick. So as we move forward, the vocabulary word plate is one of the large sections of hard solid rock that make up Earth's outer layer. And I want you just to think about what cross sections does this image here show us about Earth. And remember that this is the cross section here. We can see that these green neon lines show something, right? And these pieces of land, they go together. So we're going to take a quicker look at that, or a deeper look at that in just a moment. So a continent is part of a plate, and when we create a continent by adding rock in the simulation, we are making the plate thicker. So we're making it thicker. Remember, it's thickest at the mountains and thinnest at the ocean. And we're going to explore these cross sections, which is in this bottom box here. And you're going to be able to select different types of plate boundaries. So we're going to be investigating. I just want you to follow the directions and work with those, and then we'll go deeper into them in the next couple lessons. So you can do that by selecting plate boundary. And just think about how plates are represented in the simulation. So think about that, answer the questions as you work. And then we are going to really pay attention to these green lines. So I'm just going to do a little drawing here. So we have the green line here at this convergent plate boundary. And we also have this green line here. And these two green lines represent the same thing. We also have, if we look here, we can see that there is a piece of land here, which is the same as this piece of land, and a piece of land here, a piece of the here, and then which is the same as this piece of land. We can also see the ocean in the middle, and that ocean is right here. So I want you to think about what each of these pieces represents and what each of these things represent, and kind of how we can look at it from the top, right? We have the top up here, and then how we can look at it from the cross section down here. All right, remember that you are going to be checking out these different places on the map and looking at all of these different cracks in the outer layer and these boundaries that we did not see in the video. And again, we are going to be looking at this cross-section view and thinking about the space between and these lands, these pieces of land and this water and the plate boundaries. And remember that Earth's outer layer is divided into sections that we call plates. All right, that is all that we have for today's little lesson. Remember that today is a great day to learn. Happy learning!